Yes, brother. How you doing?
Yeah, man. What's up, man? How you feeling tonight?
Yeah, all blessed, man. It's a blessing to be with you, so I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, man. You're live from Essex, right?
Yeah, that's right, mate. Out in the sticks.
Yeah, man. Is that where you hail from originally?
Yeah, I mean, I was born here. I grew up here. You know, I spent a good few years of my life sort of dotting around places A to B, but yeah, something about this weird little place has always drawn me back, man.
Cool, man. Well, welcome to HopeJamz, dude. And I just wanted, I had auditioned your song last week. I say audition because I put it on my own little favourite kind of list. And yeah, like I said before, like your EP literally was the only one of 2017. So
nice, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I really appreciate that, man. I was listening in. It was a good show. So,
yeah, man. Thanks for that.
Nice.
Yeah, man. I mean, your EP is like, we'll talk about that a bit later, like more in depth. But yeah, man, I'm really, really feeling it. Like every song kind of clicks on there, and all the instrumentals and the vocals you got on there, just the whole thing, man. It's just, I love it.
Cheers, man.
Chat a bit more about you, man. Like, tell us a bit more, like, how you got into the field of music that you're doing at the moment. Have you always been into like the Christian side of it, or is that something new?
No, the Christian music is kind of new. Like, I always had them same old gangster rap dreams when I was growing up and that, and I was caught more in the sort of underground scene, the sort of grime, dubstep, into the hip hop scene, but always about the mucky stuff, the paper chase and all the sort of madness that was around me at that time. And so when I was saved, which was coming on for about 5 years ago now, I sort of put the music to bed and didn't want to think about it. It had all these connotations of the madness I was into, and I just didn't want to bring that back into my life until there was just a day that I woke up and felt like I'd been slapped round the face and told to get my act together and get back on it. So that was when I started writing. It was a hard time, and so I turned to writing again, like I always used to write when I came into hard times. And yeah, I just wrote about my faith, and it was so much more heartfelt, and the response I got from it was so much better, so much more positive than what I was on before, that I just suddenly realised that's how it's meant to be. You
obviously went through those hard times, you came back, and then you ripped open on, I mean, is this your first EP on coming back?
Yeah, it is. My first release as a Christian artist per se was about this time last year, actually, with I'll Be Good.
Right.
So yeah, I dropped that. It was almost exactly a year ago, and the recognition and support from that was immense. So that's what sort of drove me to take it kind of seriously. Yeah,
man. Yeah, so I'll Be Good was the single, you released that, and obviously now that's also the title of the EP as well.
So I'll Be Good was originally the title of the EP, but due to sort of the feeling through the year and the feelings of the song on the EP, I changed the title to Am I Enough, which was what I put as the first track on the EP, just because I felt it was more fitting and had more sort of potency behind it.
Yeah, cool, man. So how are you feeling the scene that you're in then? Like, you've just jumped into it, but like, you find it quite easy to move around in the, the kind of what's known as a Christian hip-hop scene?
Yeah, I mean, the first couple months, when it was sort of uncharted waters for me, so I sort of felt a bit, out on a limb, out on my own, but then like organisations like A Step Forward jumped in and gave me support and sort of opened the doors for me meeting other Christian artists, that sort of thing. And the scene now, like the upcoming Christian artists that are about now, there is so much unity between us. Like we all chat, we all sort of know what's going on and support each other. And coming from the music scene that I was involved in before, where everyone just wants to duppy people and get a step ahead, whereas this is all about unity and support, which is it's amazing.
But
and I appreciate that. Before I spoke to you, I thought my only fans were my wife and my mum. So
wow.
Yeah, I really appreciate that, bro.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's epic, that is, man. But no, it's a lot better than that, man. So tell us a bit how you put the EP together, man. Because the one thing I do notice is that more or less every track has like a real good instrumental, and the vocals on there real dope. So where did you get the actual vocals from, and how did you put it together?
So a lot of the instrumentals I use, I just work with a lot of the standard American producers, just sort of buying leases and that sort of thing. Certain ones come with hooks, which, you know, a lot of the time I bypass the ones with the hooks built in, because most of it's about making money and, you know, all that muckiness.
Yeah.
But, you know, there's one or two that just sort of struck something with me, and, you know, as soon as I heard them, I thought of Bible verses, or, you know, I heard something spiritual in them, so I felt right with them. But other things are just, you know, inspiration from people around me. Like my brother, Mr. Lee's on that Thankful track. You know, I sent him the beat because the piano on it just rung true with me, and I just thought my brother will come up with something like that. I sent it to him about 10 minutes later. He'd sent me back a rendered track ready for me to go on it, with his vocals on. And so, yeah, things, you know, I find with music, when I'm writing, things will either fall into place straight away or it's not meant to be.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's how it goes. You got to give and take, I guess, and check it out. It takes a long time. But what I'd always think is, what I would say to my own artists that I know is that if you're going to put something together, make sure that it's 100%. Don't let any record go out that you're not 100% feeling, kind of thing. And
for real.
Yeah, that's what I think on this EP that you put together, it is like that. Like every single one is like top rated. You know, it's 100%. Yeah. You put it together, like each one feels wonderful. It sounds great, and the whole thing together goes together. Like the whole EP, it kind of each.
Yes.
You know,
I sort of had to pick through. I mean, I started working on a lot of projects over the year, and as you probably know, I started off the year working with a company called CMR Promotions, who were doing a lot to start with, but things just didn't work out there. And like where we had all these dates set for certain releases, and you know there was going to be an album by the end of 2016, which you know some of these songs were part of, and there were some other songs in there as well. And when things just didn't go to plan, I got to the end of the year and I thought, you know, I felt so compelled to put something out. So I sort of took the tracks that summed up my year more than anything, and how I was feeling through the year and my spiritual journey through the year. And so I put it together, and I just thought, you know what, I'll give something out for anyone that's, you know, out there interested in listening, so that they can sort of get a feel for what I've been doing through the year.
You know what I was going to say, like, to you privately, but now I'm thinking about I'm going to say it publicly, because I know quite often there's other artists that listen to the show, and I think that they should all hear this. And the thing that I was going to say was that I think nowadays that a lot of artists coming up, a lot of them are thinking to themselves like, oh, I need to get someone to promote me, or go to a promotion company or something. And I think that the modern day type of artist actually needs to be doing their own promotion, and it's more about working for yourself. And you can have a manager at most, but that kind of promotion companies and stuff, I don't think they work so much. I think the modern day artist is more about,
you know, a lot of these promotion companies are so bogus as well, man. Like, a lot of people will say, look, we're going to grow your Twitter fan base, and then you'll get like 2,000 eggs pop up on your followers list, and you're like, what's going on here, you know?
Yeah, man.
But I think it's about doing something personal. I mean, when I was approached by CMR, you know, I agreed with what they were trying to do. You know, they were a new business trying to start up, and it just didn't work out for them. But, you know, they got me a good step up at certain points, and, you know, they were nice guys. But if you've got a vision, you need to stay true to that vision. I've spoke to a lot of companies that want to represent me, that want to do this and that for me. But, you know, it's just, if something don't feel right to you, don't submit to it. Like, there was a small label that wanted to offer me something, but as a writer, not an artist. And so I just, you know, I thought about it for a long time, because I thought, you know, this could get me this, that, it could mean money, it could mean little bits and bobs. But then I thought, that ain't what I feel called to, you know. So it's very important to stay true to your own beliefs and your own, you know, where you want to be. Definitely,
man. I think you got to kind of manage yourself is better. Do that first of all, and get like you say, get what you want first out of it. Otherwise, if you jump straight into any kind of promotion kind of thing, then you know, they can kind of lead you astray a little bit, because you know it's their plan, they make you feel like their plan is your plan, but it's not.
Yeah, the most important thing is to spend some time on yourself. Get your plan and your journey that you want to be on together. And once you've got that together, if you find someone that's going to help you to achieve that and help you push your vision further, then it's going to lead to great things. But yeah, don't let man lead you astray, man. It's not what it's about.